Shalom, shalom. We're the real Hebrew Israelites coming to you week in and week out, prophesying the return of the Most High and His heavenly Son. All praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Harakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles out in New York, Great Millstone, the GMS. Honors to all Akim around the planet, lifting up the name of Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, in truth and sincerity. The scripture says, never, never trust thine enemies. All right? And the Most High says, a kingdom divided against itself will not stand. Yahushua also said, do you think that I came to bring peace on the earth? He said, nay, rather division. All right? I'm starting off those several precepts because you're about to see a video, as you see on the title. Jim Jordan faces off with Dr. Fauci in an explosive hearing. And they're going in and they're fussing about how long will we be stuck having to wear these restrictive breathing apparatuses? How long will we be forced to be, not able to have our civil liberties and our freedoms that so-called America is known for? And so they're going back and forth, and you see Esau's getting mad because, see, Esau don't care about Jake, so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, and their problems. They care about they only care when it affects them. If something's not bothering Esau, they don't care about you. All right. Now, if they can profit off of taking care of you, they will. Outside of that, they don't give no fuck. But now let the tables be turned on them. Now Esau got a problem. Check it out. Salakia, I gotta turn that.
When is the time?
Yeah.
Well, in your written statement, you say, now is not the time to pull back on masking, physical distancing, and avoiding congregate settings. When is the time? When do Americans get their freedom back? Can you put your microphone on, please?
When we get the level of infection in this country low enough that it is not a really high threat.
What is low enough? Give me a number. What we had 15 days to slow the spread, turned into 1 year of lost liberty. What metrics, what measures, what has to happen before Americans get their freedoms?
My message, Congressman Jordan, is to get as many people vaccinated as quickly as we possibly can to get the level of infection in this country low that it is no longer a threat. That is when. And I believe when that happens, you will see.
What determines when?
I'm sorry.
What measure? Are we just going to continue this forever, or when do we get to the point? What measure? What standard? What objective outcome do we have to reach before Americans get their liberty and freedoms back?
You're indicating liberty and freedom. I look at it as a public health measure to prevent people from dying and going to the hospital.
You don't think Americans' liberties have been threatened the last year, Dr. Fauci? They've been assaulted. Their liberties have.
I don't look at this as a liberty thing, Congressman Jordan.
Well, that's obvious.
As a public health thing.
But
I disagree with you on that.
You think the Constitution is suspended during a virus, during a pandemic? It's certainly not.
This will end for sure when we get the level of infection very low. It is now at such a high level. There's a threat again of major surge.
Dr. Fauci, over the last year, Americans' First Amendment rights have been completely attacked. Your right to go to church, your right to assemble, your right to petition your government, freedom of the press, freedom of speech have all been assaulted. For a year now, Americans haven't been able to go to church. Even today, when they go to church, they're limited in the size of worshipers who can meet. Your right to assemble? Oh my goodness. We had a curfew last fall in Ohio. You had to be in your home at 10. In Pennsylvania, you had to be in your home. When you're in your home, you had to wear a mask. In Vermont, when you're in your home, you didn't have to wear a mask, Dr. Fauci, because you weren't allowed to have people over to your house.
Yeah, Congressman Jordan.
Your ability to petition your government for a year, American citizens haven't been able to come to their capital to petition their government, to talk to their representatives, and freedom of the press. These very pictures that Representative Scalise just showed you and talked about, guess what? The press isn't allowed in those facilities. The press is not, the Biden administration will not let the press in there. And certainly freedom of speech. I mean, freedom, governor of our third largest state meets with physicians, and that video is censored because they dare to disagree with Dr. Fauci. So I just want to know, when do Americans get their First Amendment liberties back?
You know, I don't think anything was censored because they felt they couldn't disagree with me. I think you're making this a personal thing, and it isn't.
It's not a personal thing.
No, you are. That is exactly what you're doing.
No, your recommendations carry a lot of weight, Dr. Fauci. We just had the chair of the Financial Services Committee said she loves you and you're the greatest thing in the world.
My recommendations are consistent.
Will the gentleman yield?
No, it's my
Now, can I answer the question, please? My recommendations are not a personal recommendation. It's based on the CDC guidance, which is
And I'm asking the question,
underscored.
what measures have to be attained before Americans get their First Amendment liberties back?
I just told you that.
No, you haven't given anything specific. You said we hope.
So now I'm gonna, you all can finish because there's still another 4 or 5 minutes, or 2 or 3 minutes left, and they keep going back and forth. Even then you hear Jake come in. You heard the one lady, and then another Jake come in, and they actually on the side of the wicked, of Dr. Jaws. All right, Dr. Sickle. All right, so Jake sleep. All right, but just showing you, the scripture says their mouths are smoother than butter. All right, see, he'll talk a good game. Well, we need to get the metrics. We need to get the levels down. And he keeps saying, "Give me the metrics. Give me a number. Give me something." Oh, well, we have 60,000 new cases a day. Motherfucker, fuck you and your lying ass. If you had 60,000 new cases every day, and you go say 60,000 times 30, matter of fact, let's do some simple mathematics. All right? Let's do 60,000 times 30 days. You're already at 1.8 million. All right? That's a month. How long we been under, say, this year? So say, let's take that equals, all right? Now let's take that by, this is the 4th month. There's 4 months already this year. You're telling me there's 7 million new cases every month? By the time that, how long you been tracking that number? And it's only 300 something, man. Everybody about to be COVID up in this bitch, man. Never trust your enemy. The devil's come down among us because he has but a short time. This house is divided, so it won't stand. We almost out of here. Just stay the course, draw the line, and may Most High save us soon. Hopefully this has been edifying to the spirit and power. How about Shemi Shai about Shimmer Kakadash? All praises and honor and glory. How about Shemi Shai about Shimmer Kakadash? Double honors to the apostles out in New York, the great millstone, the GMS honors to all Akim around the planet. Lifting up the name of Yahweh, Yahweh, shine truth and sincerity. Shalom to Aqua, to obedient to Yahweh about Shemi Shai and their husbands. Then we'll see Shalom and above the ball.